tariffs hurting gifts like these? Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with continued coverage on tariffs and their effects here on the coast. We have shown you how tariffs are hurting everything from candy to countertops and electronics, and today we are talking toys. Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken spoke with one store that says they were actually planning for this.
Misha Cosetto owns several businesses in Sussex County. She stocked up when tariffs went into effect.
We took very heavy in early this year, just to be prepared and to be covered. But I'm also finding a lot of my vendors, since I pre-ordered, I did almost all my buying for the whole year in January. A lot of them are backing and holding their prices. They're eating the differences.
But still, Seto says she can't predict the long-term future.
In my gift shops, everything, all my stuff. I mean, there's not a lot made in the USA anymore. Cost of labor and different things, and it does affect all that here.
And not just gifts, but more than 75% of toys come from China, according to U.S. Commerce Department data. For parents like Kristen Angelucci, she says tariffs are scary.
I've already started to think about Christmas, and what are we going to do if the thing she wants most for Christmas is something that is 4 times what it would have been last year.
And she says it's tough to plan ahead.
The tricky thing as a parent is you can't get out of the way buying your kid what they're going to want 6 months or a year from now, because they don't know.
As toys like kites rise, so do concerns for some on the coast.
That was Emma Aiken reporting. And another interesting thing that the owner mentioned to Emma, she says customers are actually starting to ask more questions about her products, whether at her clothing store, and those customers specifically are wondering where things come from. She says some customers no longer want to buy products that were made in China. In related news, the U.S. is planning to impose new port fees on Chinese ships. The fees will be charged on all Chinese-built and owned ships docking in U.S. ports, with amounts based on net weight or goods carried on board. They'll begin in about 6 months and will be rolled out in phases. China says the plan will raise global shipping costs and create inflation pressures on the U.S., harming American consumers and businesses. This brings us to tonight's Coast TV poll. We want to know, how would higher toy prices affect you? Let's take a look at the results so far. 70% say no big impact. 21% say they would buy fewer toys. 7% would shop secondhand, and 2% would switch to tech. If you haven't voted yet, this is the first time we put this poll out on the air. Please do so. Also leave us a comment, because we would love to get that on the broadcast. You can do all of this on coasttvnews.com or our mobile app.